morning, L-Dub, and welcome back to KANG News. My name is Iris Arnan.
And I'm Charlotte. To start off this week's broadcast, we have an important announcement from our Diversity Action Team.
October is Disabilities History Awareness Month. 40 million Americans are living with a disability. Until recently, disability history was mostly ignored by schools. A youth movement that began in West Virginia Youth Disability Caucus achieved an important victory in 2006. When the Virginia state legislature passed a law requiring disability history education in the state's public schools. The movement is spreading, and students across the country are learning about the remarkable lives and contributions of citizens with disabilities. Check out Lake Washington High School's social media during the month of October for more information.
You can also check out LWHS social media today to see all of our spirited Kangs participating in Purple Friday. Thank you to everyone who participated in our Spirit Days this week. Your Kang Pride does not go unnoticed.
If you're in need of some new L-Dub gear, the student store will be open on Wednesday, October 14th at 10 a.m. So come stop by and support our Kangs. You can get cool masks like these, this sweatshirt, and more. Also, if you still need to pick up some of your class materials, Wednesday is also the next material distribution day. Don't forget, come pick up your stuff.
Also, next week we have a 4-day week. Friday, October 16th is a leap day. Starting Monday, we will have a modified class schedule. Here it is. Feel free to take a picture or a screenshot right now to have this schedule on hand for next week. You can also find a copy of this schedule at www.lwhs.lwsd.org under the Bell Schedule tab.
If you're taking AP classes this year, keep in mind that the deadline for AP exam registration is fast approaching. You will need to complete the process and submit your payment before October 30th. Each exam is $96 and you will need to pay online at payments.lwsd.org. If you need financial assistance or have any questions regarding online payment, please feel free to contact the Lake Washington High School bookkeeper.
National Honor Society is distributing applications from now until Tuesday, October 13th. If you are interested in joining, please contact Ms. Shota at bshota@lwsd.org. All application materials must be submitted no later than Friday, October 16th, so you better get started now.
Last week we had that epic virtual clubs fair, but just in case you missed it, Robotics Club wants you to know that they meet every Thursday at 4:15. If you are interested, please email esirjani@lwsd.org.
The Black Students Union is also taking shape. Here are Howie and Jessica to tell us more.
Good morning, Lake Washington. My name is Mr. Green. I'm here with Jessica and Howie. We're going to talk to you today about Black Student Union. Howie, go ahead.
Hello. We are part of the Black Student Union here at Lake Washington High School, which is a club that is all about bringing together the African American community at our school. African Americans at this school only make up about 2% of the entire student population, and we want to make sure that we can provide a safe and fun and productive environment in which these students can grow in being Black in society today. We want to build awareness and education and bring a new level of consciousness to being Black in today's society and build positivity around that. We want to be proud and empower our Black community. Jessica, take it away.
Yeah, just to add on and reiterate to what Howie was saying, BSU to me is a place where African American students at Lake Washington can come and feel empowered, feel heard, and most importantly, feel comfortable. We partake in educational discussions about race and equity. We host community events, partake in promotional campaigns, and even bring educational speakers to come and talk at Lake Washington. If any of these things spark a level of interest to you or just sound exciting, please come. We encourage all new students. Again, this is our first year as BSU at Lake Washington. We are a new organization, but if any of these things sound interesting to you, please. We meet on Wednesdays at 12:30. Mr. Green will go into more depth about that. Mr. Green can take it away.
We meet every Wednesday, 12:30, asynchronous. That's going to be right after lunch. So once you email me, and again, my email is cargreen@lwsd.org. Once you send me your email, we will add you to the Team BSU site, and then we'll be hoping to see you every Wednesday, 12:30. And please, if you have other members, just as Jessica was saying, please invite them so then they can also email me and we can also add them to the team site. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. We are excited to start this year with something so important and so crucial to our LDUB community.
Yes, join us, cameras on and discussion strong. Thank you.
If you love running or you want to learn how to love running, cross country is the place for you. Contact Ms. Kruger at ekruger@lwsd.org to find out how you can join in the fun.
Despite the current circumstances, the show must go on. This year, Theater Club is performing It's a Wonderful Life, the radio show, for this year's winter play. All rehearsals and performances will be socially distanced and virtual. Auditions will be at the end of October, so stay tuned for more information to come.
Next up, we are lucky enough to have yet another episode of Perspectives on Remote Learning with Jessica Lang. This week, Jessica sat down with Mr. Arena and Ms. Kreutz to hear what they had to say.
With you being a big part of yearbook, how do you think yearbook will look? Do you think yearbook will look different this year? And just in general, like as a class, the yearbook class, and also just the physical book design wise.
Yeah.
It's a big question.
What a loaded question, right? Like, I mean, when we went remote last spring, we had one more section left. It was spring sports.
Yeah.
And a lot of other schools were kind of pivoting and they were doing something else. And we were really intentional about, like, we've covered all the other sports. We know this is really significant, especially for our seniors that were graduating. So we really wanted to make the effort that we're going to cover sports. It won't look the same, but we're going to do it. And I'm really proud. I think it's fantastic the way that it turned out. That was one section this summer when it was like, we're going to start the year remote with the potential of us being remote all year and knowing that like sports were pushed out. I just kept hearing news and like the panic kind of started to set in of like, how do I do this? Like how are we going to put together a book that captures this year if we're not there? You know, like how many spreads are just going to be screenshots and all these different things. So there was definitely that level of panic. I have a fantastic class. It's full of returners and new to yearbook, but I was really excited about each of them when we kind of put the team together. My editors are phenomenal. Like I just have really strong personalities and students that can handle this. So I'm not worried there. I know we're going to make it work. We've just kind of had to rethink, what does this look like? And, you know, catching people in the hallways or going down at lunch and taking pictures or people at sporting events, like all of that kind of excitement around high school is right now missing. And so what are our other avenues to collect content and to collect pictures? So we're relying a lot on social media. We're going to start pushing stuff out, asking for people just to submit their personal photos, doing a lot more outreach, trying to have people tell us their stories, have people tell us their experiences. I can't give away much because one of the kind of the treasures of yearbook is we keep it pretty sacred and pretty protected until that reveal. But we have a really cool theme and just a really cool vibe that I think is going to help capture this season, communicate the story of remote learning and all of those aspects. So it's not without its challenges, but I think we're going to be able to pull it off. And fingers crossed, there's a really fantastic book that people are excited about come June.
What is your advice to students who are looking forward to playing sport this year, especially a fall sport? Is that still a possibility?
Well, yeah, it's definitely a possibility. I know there's still a possibility that we could have some activities this fall. If not, we have a plan in place for the spring. But if I was a student athlete right now, I would be getting outside as much as I can, working on my speed, working on my strength. If I'm in a sport like swimming, I would be doing something to help my body get in shape for that sport. Because I think the hardest thing for any athlete is to come into a sport out of shape. And I think right now, especially during quarantine, you have to get creative. Like I'm in my garage right now. This is my teaching space, by the way. I have the laptop on my file cabinet here, and I teach standing up because I can't sit down all day, but I've got weights in here. I've got a carpet, treadmill, and I just do what I can to use that space. And some students, that was actually one of my assignments at the beginning of the school year was tell me about your space and show me your space through a flip grid. And it was pretty amazing to see some students have a really nice setup, and some students are like, this is my bedroom, this is my space. It's like this 4x4 foot cube. But what I've been amazed with is how resilient people have been, and not using those limits to stop them from being active. So if you want to come into sports in shape, be active, get your heart rate up, it doesn't have to look like your typical workout. You can do anything and it'll help you. So
Thanks again to Mr. Arena and Ms. Kreutz for sharing their thoughts with us, and shout out to Jessica for producing such an insightful segment. To wrap up this week's broadcast, we asked, you answered. Let's hear some of your favorite cartoon characters.
That's it for this week. Thanks for watching KANG News. My name is Iris.
And I'm Charlotte. Have a wonderful weekend, LDub.